You've been told your entire life that to be powerful, you must have a voice, that you must speak up, be heard, dominate the conversation. That's a lie. The most powerful people in any room aren't the ones talking the most. They're the ones who have mastered the weapon that nobody talks about, the one you're using right now without even realizing its potential. Silence. In the world of smoke-filled rooms and back-alley deals, Thomas Shelby built an empire not with bullets, but with pauses, not with shouts, but with stillness. This is the Shelby method. It's the art of using strategic silence to dismantle your opponent piece by piece before you've even said a word. It forces them to reveal their hand, to fill the void you create with their own insecurities and weaknesses. This isn't about being quiet. It's about waging psychological warfare. And if you want to understand how to wield this kind of influence in your own life, from the boardroom to your personal relationships, then you're in the right place. Stick around, because the lessons we're about to dissect will change the way people see you forever. So why is silence so potent? It's because we are biologically wired to fear it in social situations. A conversation is a rhythm, a back and forth. When one person stops, it breaks that rhythm. It creates a vacuum. This social vacuum triggers a primal discomfort in the other person's brain. They feel an overwhelming urge to fill it, to restore the balance. They start talking, often without thinking. They over-explain. They offer concessions you didn't even ask for. They reveal their bottom line, their fears, their true motivations. All because you did nothing. You simply held the silence a few seconds longer than is comfortable. You let their own mind become their enemy. Think of a negotiation as a chess match. Every word you say is a move, but a pause is not a move. A pause forces your opponent to question their last move. Did they say the wrong thing? Did they offend you? Are you thinking of a countermove so devastating they can't see it? While they are caught in this spiral of self-doubt, you are doing two things. First, you are gathering information. You are watching their body language, the flicker of doubt in their eyes. Second, you are projecting absolute control. Your calm communicates that you are not rattled, that you have all the time in the world, that you are operating from a position of strength. The person who is more comfortable with the silence is the person who controls the interaction every single time. Let's look at a masterclass in action, the first meeting with Alfie Solomons. Alfie is a chaotic, verbose, and unpredictable force. He tries to dominate Tommy with words, with aggression, with theatricality. And what does Tommy do? He remains almost perfectly still. He listens. He lets Alfie perform, expend his energy, reveal his entire strategy. Tommy's silences are punctuated by short, direct questions. He doesn't get drawn into Alfie's chaos. Instead, he creates his own island of calm and control. Each pause Tommy takes is a question in itself. It says, "Is that all you have?" It forces Alfie to keep talking, to keep justifying himself, until he has effectively negotiated against himself. Tommy wins the exchange before he's even laid his own cards on the table. Now, this is critical. Silence is not weakness. It is not submission. It only becomes power when it's supported by the right nonverbal cues. If you're silent but you're breaking eye contact, slumping your shoulders, or fidgeting, you're just communicating fear. The Shelby method requires a foundation of physical stillness. Your posture must be upright and open. Your eye contact must be steady and unwavering, not aggressive, but focused. It's what's known as predatory stillness. Think of a lion watching its prey before the chase. It is not moving, but it is radiating immense potential energy. Your stillness should communicate that you are comfortable, you are thinking, and you are in complete command of yourself and the situation. Master your body, and your silence will have weight. So how do you start applying this? Start with the 3-second rule. In any conversation, especially when you're asked a question, force yourself to pause for a full 3 seconds before you answer. It will feel like an eternity at first. You'll want to jump in and fill the space. Don't. Use those 3 seconds. 1, to actually hear what was said. 2, to formulate a thoughtful response, not a reactive one. 3. To subtly shift the power dynamic. That small pause communicates deliberation. It tells the other person that you are taking them and their questions seriously, but also that you are not easily flustered. It's a simple, trainable habit that immediately makes you appear more composed, intelligent, and in control. Let's put this in a real-world scenario. You're in a meeting, you've just given a presentation, and a senior colleague challenges one of your key points aggressively. The natural reaction is to get defensive, to immediately start rapid-fire justifying your position. Instead, you employ the method. You look them directly in the eye, you hold the silence, you let their challenge hang in the air. The other people in the room feel the tension. The aggressor starts to feel exposed. Maybe they were a bit too harsh. After a deliberate pause, you respond not to the aggression, but to the substance of the question. That's a valid point. Let me walk you through the data that led us to that conclusion. You haven't just answered the question, you've controlled the entire emotional climate of the room. You've shown you can't be intimidated. This isn't just for business, it's incredibly effective in personal conflicts. When someone you care about is angry, they are often not looking for a solution. They're looking to be heard. They are in an emotional, not a logical state. If you interrupt, argue, or defend yourself, you are just throwing gasoline on the fire. The most powerful thing you can do is be silent. Let them say everything they need to say. Let them empty the clip. Your silence acts as a sponge for their anger. It communicates that you are listening, and it gives them the space to run out of emotional energy. Only when they have finished, when there is a natural silence, do you speak. And you don't argue their points, you reflect their feelings. I hear that you're feeling hurt. You absorbed the attack and taken control by refusing to participate in the chaos. But this tool, like any weapon, can be dangerous if misused. The Shelby method is not about being passive-aggressive or stonewalling. There are times when silence is the wrong move. In a creative brainstorming session, silence kills ideas. When a team member comes to you for guidance, your silence can be seen as incompetence or indifference. When a loved one is being vulnerable, your silence can feel like cold rejection. The key is intent. Strategic silence is used to gain information, manage tension, and project strength. Abusive silence is used to punish or dismiss. You must know the difference. Use it as a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. It's a tool for moments of conflict and negotiation, not a permanent state of being. After you've masterfully held the silence, the moment will come when you must speak, and now your words have 100 times their weight. Because you've created a vacuum, everyone is leaning in, desperate to hear what you will say. This is where you deliver your point with maximum impact. You don't ramble, you don't hedge, you use fewer words. Your sentences are concise, deliberate, and final. Think of Shelby. He never gives a long speech when a single perfectly chosen word will do. I don't pay for suits. My suits are on the house or the house burns down. The silence before the statement is what gives it its power. You've built the tension, now you provide the release, and that makes your conclusion feel inevitable. In the end, the Thomas Shelby method isn't really about silence, it's about self-control. It's the discipline to not react emotionally. It's the confidence to be comfortable in the space between words. People who talk constantly are often seeking validation, trying to prove their worth. People who are comfortable with silence already know their worth. They have nothing to prove. Their power is internal. By mastering your impulse to fill every conversational gap, you are not just manipulating the person in front of you, you are mastering yourself. And that is the only source of power that no one can ever take away from you. Stop talking. Start observing. Start winning.